Good evening, welcome to another stream right here on Timmy Talks with another match from the Summer Derby. This time we have Mikael versus Ron in, I believe, a top 8 match, and with me is Anna. Welcome, Anna, to the channel.
Good evening.
And the first time here in the commentary booth, right?
It is, yes.
Ooh, nice.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, because we've played a lot of matches together and you've been featured on the channel a lot, actually. You've got a sick card collection.
Thank you.
And let's just talk about what we can expect today, because we're seeing Mikael and Ron are shuffling up at the moment. So what deck is Mikael playing?
They are both actually playing an OrbTog deck. Mikael is more centered on Suchis and copy artifacts, and Ron is more centered on trikes with some bolts. But the basic idea is the same. Ron is centered on the parfait lock as well.
Yes, I can show Ron's deck here as well. So yeah, so the parfait lock is Relic Barrier, Winter Orb, right? And it only works one way.
Exactly. Whereas Mikael plays the copy artifacts, the Suchis, and then some black vices, which makes the difference, I think.
Oh, he has vices in there. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, 3 of them. Yeah.
I really like the one Shivan Dragon from Ron, but that's more when he's completely in control. It's useful, I guess. I think those orbs.
With the Blood Moons, I think Shivan in there is quite good. I mean, even your strip mines produce red, so it's a 1 or 2 turn finish.
Is Blood Moon going to be the most powerful card in terms of control for Ron?
I think so, because it will shut Mikael down from playing his copy artifacts, his disenchants, but that's after sideboarding. But mostly the copy artifacts will be quite scary for Ron, I think. And he can shut the blue mana down from Mikael with the Blood Moon.
And it looks like both players have taken their first 7. And I think Mikael's taken a mulligan here. Yeah, I believe he is. And Mikael's the first one on the play because he's the highest seated. So then he can start, right? Those are kind of the rules of the tournament. Correct. And because that Winter Orb, I think that's the first thing Ron's going to board out, right?
Yeah, well, Gijsbert said in another chat, this is going to be a big tap dance. In total, both players have 6 relic barriers, 7 icy manipulators, and 4 copy artifacts. So it's going to be a lot of tapping happening. And yeah, that doesn't make Winter Orb as good. Wow. That's, I mean, I think I told you this before, right? I really like icy manipulator. I play it a lot myself, but it's so difficult when you have it is. I never so many ices in play. There's supposed to be a trick where you can gain the advantage and have the open icy when you need it, and I always fail at that. So, but it's a great card indeed. And now you even have the relic barriers there in the mix. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think there won't be a lot of attacking going on because combined they don't have many. Artifact removal. Mikael plays 1 disenchant and Ron plays 1 shatter, and that's about it. Because how many relics does Ron then have? Because at least with the relic barrier, it's a cheap way of shutting down an artifact, right? A creature. I think both players have 3. Okay. We'll see now. It looks like Mikael's putting a card on the bottom, so the game's on. And we've got 16 people in the chat, by the way. Welcome everybody. Welcome. And let me know if the sound is okay. I've been working really hard on improving the sound from myself and also from my co-commentator, Anne. And Anne, you also played in the Summer Derby, right? I have. I did play Lion Dip Bolt. I wrote a blog about it. It's on the Raging Bull website. You can nice. My experience. Yeah, I went 5-3. Wasn't that bad. Oh, pretty good. I'll add it to the description of this video, by the way, so people can, if they want to find out, so I'll add it later. I think they can start. Can you give them the sign? Yeah, I think I already did, but I'll give them the sign again. Go! Yep. Oh, they're waiting for us. Of course, they're waiting for us. Ooh. Let's see. All right. Strip mine. Ooh. And there's the vice. Well, that's 3 damage already for Ron. So that's a pretty good start, and I guess that strip mine is aiming for the land. Yeah, sorry? I think it's a great start. I mean, he has a Mox, a strip mine open. Ooh, there's a Lotus. Ron has always these bizarre.
Oh, this is so fun! So Blood Moon makes the strip mine a mountain before Mikael can use it to take care of the trop. Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Volcanic, yeah.
The volcanic, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that coming.
Ron always has these crazy, powerful starts.
Again, another mountain.
Yeah. Oh, there's an ATOG. That's going to nibble away some life.
Is there a bolt?
Oh.
And now he can choose, right?
No, yeah, exactly. Will you? Okay, he's just sacrificed.
Ooh, I would sack the Vice actually, because he's already low on cards, Ron.
Exactly. But on the other hand, Ron doesn't play that much instants. So if he can land draw 7 and the wheel is still an option for Mikael, then he's back in the damage dealing again. So it's Ron going to play.
Okay, so this is just food for the ATOG, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that card is going to be quite useless in this matchup, but it's ATOG fodder, of course.
That's what I like when you play ATOG, you know, when you've got cards that are just not useful, at least you can feed them to the ATOG.
That's why I like something like a Glasses of Urza. It's a nice card against control decks, and if it doesn't do anything anymore, it's a +2/+2 for your ATOG.
True, just feed it. Same thing, of course, with Moxen in late game. You're like, I don't need the mana for whatever reason, and they're +2/+2, so like mini giant groves.
Yeah, exactly, and it's only 1 mana, so. But of course, it's a space. Ooh, there's.
Hey, we've got Koos in. Welcome, Koos. Yeah, I think Ron, if Ron makes it widescreen, something changed or something in his settings. So we're just actually happy that the quality is pretty good now for this match. So we're just going to leave it for now. And we've got Corey who's saying Shatterstorm incoming. We had a Shatterstorm the last game.
I think if you're Ron, you want your IC right now because of the ATOG. Ooh, second Winter Orb, yeah.
And Ron is already on 14, so slowly going down.
Yeah, the ATOG, that's what I said, is going to nibble away.
I think Ron wants to draw into his ATOG, right? Because he's got a lot of food there.
Oh, of course, yeah, well, ATOG or... yeah, that's true. Michael only has the Black Vice.
He has so much food. Those Winter Orbs, nice city in a bottle, yum, 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 yum. They like expensive stuff, the ATOGs.
They do.
They do, right? Especially in old school, you're lucky. When you're an old school deck as an ATOG, you're lucky because you get to eat really nice food.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're like in a pre-modern deck,
well, you can still eat trikes. Just ping them for 3 and then eat a trike.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But,
you see ATOG so much now, eh? It's really a competitive deck, I guess. All the ATOG variants.
I guess because it's quite good against stuff like Swords to Plowshares, because you can sack a lot to it and gain a lot of life if you want to.
It's an annoying card, right? Yeah.
It's hard to bolt. It's hard to block. What are you targeting now if you're Mikael? The Blood Moon?
Yeah. Oh, he's missing. And also, I'm really convinced for the Blood Moon, just because there's just not really anything else that he should be afraid of.
Exactly.
And he probably really wants those other colored mana for his deck, and of course those workshops.
Ron should go to 12 because there was another attack.
Okay.
But we'll see. Now, if Ron gets an ATOG, he has about 5 artifacts there, so that's already 11.
I guess in a way, Ron is lucky that Michael is not finding more ATOGs, more artifacts to feed to the ATOG.
No Suchis, no. Well, he can't play his copies. He probably has some in hand,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, there he is, 11. Oh, correct.
Yeah, because Ron going to 11, so he's slowly going down.
That's a problem. Well, it's not a problem with ATOG, but it's nibbling away for 1, and if you try to block it with something, they just...
This must be a bit of a frustrating match for Ron, because he started really well with the Blood Moon, but simply cannot find anything else that's useful. There's a Suchi, right? No, there's I see. I thought maybe it's a Suchi.
Okay. No, I see.
I'm just going to untap 1, of course, because of that double Winter Orb from Ron. So remember, you can only untap 1 land during your untap step. Yeah. Going to go to 9. And is
Yeah, with a potential 5 on the table with the sack
Yeah.
of 2 artifacts. And that ATOG is nibbling away.
nibbling, yum yum yum
Another
yum.
one. Nom 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 nom.
It's eating Ron instead of artifacts.
Exactly. Ooh, double.
Double, super annoying. Super annoying.
Yeah.
I wonder what Ron's drawing in his hand there. It's like another. He's pretty. You can see he's frustrated about it.
Yeah.
And I can imagine because ladies and gentlemen, he's got more in his deck than just a Blood Moon, Winter Orbs, and City in the Bottle, and lands, lots of lands. Because look at Mikael, he's still on 20. There's nothing. Ron hasn't done anything.
He can deal 6 damage now. Swing with the 2 ATOGs and sack both artifacts, and then it's game. Oh no, he's on.
No, he's on 8, so
Sorry.
he'll be 2. So probably won't do it
After
yet,
eight,
right?
yeah, exactly.
He's gonna wait until it's really decisive. Is Mikael playing with bolts as well?
2 in the sideboard, I believe.
Oh, 2 in the sideboard. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's going to bring them in against the moon. I mean, it's dealing damage.
What I actually like about this Summer Derby is that when top 16 is set, they release the deck lists, and I think that's interesting, right? Because then you can see each other's decks, and obviously you cannot change your deck, but you can practice the matchup. And I know that Ron has been doing that. I'm sure Mikael has been doing the same, where you go and kind of look at each other's decks and try to find weak spots. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You see that in the bigger Grand Prix as well, I think.
Yeah, it brings an extra edge to the game, right? An extra level.
Yeah, on the other hand, if you're playing a deck which relies on some nasty tricks, your secret deck is on the table.
Yeah, true.
On the other hand, you've already made top 16, so it's
you know me, I love playing with like obscure cards that maybe the opponent doesn't know, and that is an advantage because they do make mistakes.
Yep. Okay, you tutor. So what are you tutoring for if you're wrong?
Oh, he's so far behind already. Does he have something like a board wipe? He needs to get rid of the 2 ATOGs.
I don't think he plays. He could have played a balance in his deck, but I don't think he does.
Does he play? I mean, another option is getting rid of those 2 artifacts because then there's no food for the ATOG. It's not ideal.
Yeah, but he only has 1 shatter.
Like if he plays a creature, Mikael can just tap it with the icy.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not going to do it. If he has removal, 1 is not enough. Well, 1 is enough to stay alive for 1 more turn.
He can get a fireball and kill one of the ATOGs.
Yeah, it could be. That's why ATOG is so annoying. What he could, of course, play a fireball, 2 damage on each, and then kind of force Mikael to sack his artifacts to save them both for 1. You know, kind of force him.
How many can he do? He has 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. So that's a fireball for 3 on 2 targets.
3 on each. Yeah.
Okay, so that forces Mikael to sacrifice at least 1 artifact. He has to sack them both to keep them alive.
Yeah, and if he sacks them both, then he cannot go for lethal next turn. So it buys Ron a turn, I guess.
I think a fireball would be a good option here.
Yeah. It comes closest to the board wipe, right? That he has.
Yeah, it does. It's funny. It's always in these times, and then you see that the splitting of fireball is a viable play in old school.
And the ATOG is just so interesting because of that sack ability.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Okay. Ooh.
Right.
If he passes turn, we know it's not the fireball because it's a sorcery. So we're really expecting him, right, to play it now. We'll see.
Blue Mox. Okay, he's going to play power.
Oh.
I think he got his Blue Mox because that was on the top of his hand.
Yeah, but let's say, I mean, Time Twister isn't great. Because if he does Time Twister, I mean, Mikael still has the Vice.
Mm-hmm.
What is he going to do here? Does he have a recall? Is he just going to Ancestral Recall himself? Going to try to find an answer?
Well, but you had a tutor. You could have gotten anything you wanted. Why take a guess on drawing 3? I mean...
Is he going to do Time Twister?
I think so.
Wow.
I think living on the edge. Okay.
He's got a lot of mana. He can unload his hand. I guess maybe that's what he's thinking. Let's see if he's going to do it.
Maybe drawing into some bolts.
Yeah.
Or ICs. But it's a guess. It's a huge guess.
Yeah.
Time Twister,
yeah. Oh, look at the other.
He had a time walk. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
And he's now...
Why wouldn't he...
Why is he shuffling in the Time Twister, by the way?
Oh, yep. Can you report that? Exactly.
Ooh, I'm typing. Now the question is, are they reading it? That's always the question. Because I'm not wrong, right? I'm always second guessing myself when I see experienced players making a mistake. I'm like, am I wrong? Because I am also.
I mean, Ron had a time walk. Why not play a time walk first, then have some more mana untapped, and then do a time walk?
Wow.
It would be 2 more mana, and perhaps draw a land. It would be 3 more.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and maybe finding, let's say he draws a bolt, then he can already bolt the ATOG, whatever.
He draws an IC.
Yeah. Wow, you're right. Yeah, it just gives you more mana, and it gives you an extra card. Yeah, I think he was just so focused on, I want to get the Sapphire and do this play.
Yeah, of course.
Interesting. And now, I mean, it is very gutsy from Ron. We've seen him doing this before when he went for Wheel of Fortune with his opponent having a Library of Alexandria, right? It was a completely different situation, but then it worked out. So, and there are a lot of cheap casting cost cards in his deck. So he's got still 6 mana open, right?
Yeah, but there's also a Vice in play. So if he doesn't draw...
Yeah, he's got to empty his hand, right?
Yeah, okay. You can probably, but...
Kill the ATOG, empty his hand. Come on, Ron.
Well, if he draws 2 ATOG, I think Ron's reasoning is, if I draw ATOGs, he can, of course, tap 1. Yeah, he has to draw 2.
That icy is annoying, eh? Okay, so first is land drop. Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Strip Mountain. Like it.
Oh. Exciting stuff, man.
So 7 mana. 6 cards in hand still. Ron is in the tank. This is...
Yeah, we know that. We know that of Ron.
Oh, yeah. No, yes, maybe. Can you repeat the question? I think he has a bolt and he wants to...
It's hard now because you have so many options, but you have to stay alive. It's like a big puzzle.
If you have a bolt, you just...
Yeah, if you have a bolt, it's pretty no-brainer, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why tank so hard on that?
You definitely want to play the bolt before you play a creature, just to give... Mikael has to make a choice. Maybe he sacks his IC, and then you know that you can have an untapped creature to block, right?
He is not going to sack his IC. He will probably sack the black Vice.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he's got to draw 7 in hand now as well. You don't know that, right? And he's like, okay, I want to keep my Vice.
Sure. But if, yeah.
Ah, this is exciting stuff. And like, Ron, this is like slow motion commentating. I talked about this yesterday. Because I'm used to speeding up my videos, right? ×2. And now it's like slower than real time work. So maybe people in the chat can let us know, what do you think he's going to do? We've got 45 people in the chat at the moment. Somebody says balance time. Yeah, so Ron is not playing a balance in his deck.
Okay, Lotus. Okay.
That's a good start.
10 mana.
That's a good start. He's got so much mana then. No, it's going to untap.
I think he's going to play a Relic Barrier because he was aiming for the second land. I think he's going to play a Relic Barrier, and he's thinking to himself, can I get in a positive situation where I can tap the IC before?
Yeah, the answer is no, unfortunately. Yeah.
Nope. Because...
Well, I guess what he can do is when he plays the Relic, he can tap the IC, right, and then play a creature. No, but then it's his turn. He can untap, tap the creature. No. Okay, sorry. That was a brain fart, Anna, from my part.
No problem.
Oh, he's tapping a lot. Fireball?
Fireball, yeah. Now he's got it.
Fireball. Is he going to do it?
It's for 9.
Or is he going to... Oh, yeah, Fireball. Okay, so I guess he's going to split them up on both the ATOGs.
Yeah, he can. He has 9 mana, so it will be 4 on each ATOG. So Mikael is going to have to sacrifice 2 artifacts...
To save 1.
To save 1, exactly.
And that's exactly what he does. Makes sense, right? And this
makes sense, of course. Keep the ATOG.
Yeah. Oh, but that Black Lotus was so sweet for Ron, eh? Because I think now, how many cards does he have in hand still? 5, perhaps?
3. No, 4. He played the Lotus.
Oh, yeah, he played the land as well, of course. Yeah. So this... Oh, and the Vice is gone anyway. It's not relevant.
No, exactly. Ooh, another icy.
Ooh.
And a vice. Ooh, and another vice. And a swing for
No,
one.
that's he's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah,
He's dead. He's dead. That's of course the downside of of giving
Time twister,
your
yeah, of
opponent
course.
a full hand. But yeah, I do.
Corey says in chat, I love the channel. Thank you, Corey.
Hey, but so I think, Anne, so because we were talking about it, and not to bash Ron or anything, but then he probably could have gone for the fireball. That would have been better if we look at the outcome, because then he wouldn't have given Mikael a whole new hand.
It's always nice when Ron leaves you time to think about the options as well.
Yeah, true.
No, I think the fireball would have been his best option instead of the blue mox. I get his reasoning because all his power becomes live, and if you go for the time twister, he still would have should have played the time walk first. But again,
yeah, it's easy from this position.
Of course,
and I've now pulled up Ron's list. By the way, maybe we should move it here. If we look at his sideboard, I see 3 shatter in the side, so he's going to board those in.
He's going to board the shatters in. I think the red elemental blast, because it can stop a blue elemental blast on the blood moon.
Yeah, it can stop a copy when it's being cast, because copy also turns into an artifact, so it's no longer blue.
No, exactly, but it can stop it on the stack, so that's good. I think the earthquake will come in because why not?
It's good against Atox.
And the third moon will come in. The question is, will you put in the abyss and go for the Tetravis plan instead of the Sheev and Atog? Those are 4 slots which you can
that he can move around with.
I think Atogs are better here.
I think so too, and I think the nice thing, at least for Ron, is he can take out those orbs, winter orbs.
Winter orbs can come out. Yeah, I think some bolts might come out.
City in a bottle.
I don't think you want something like wheel or some blue power cards, because if you're going fully on the moon plan, you don't have blue mana either.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
I think he doesn't even want to play his blue mox because that gives Mikael an option to copy a blue mox. Yeah, exactly. Same for the white mox, because Mikael plays white with the disenchants.
And we can take a look. Yeah, we can take a look at Mikael's list here at his sideboard. So we also see red elemental blast and blue elemental blast, because he's of course playing with some more blue in his deck. So those are probably coming in, all 5 of them. 2 disenchants, right, coming in. Yeah,
and I think the white lands are coming in because you want to be to have a white mana on time. If Ron plays a blood moon, you want to put a white mana into your mana pool and play a disenchant.
I always find it so interesting when people have 1 land in their sideboard. So that's the reasoning behind it.
Well, there could be multiple reasons, but Blood Moon is one of the biggest reasons to have lands in your sideboard.
Actually, 2 lands in the sideboard I see now, because you would maybe then expect the basic planes. But the idea is really upon cast you take white, and because
it depends on what else you play.
If
you want to go for a more bold disenchant plan against I don't know, something like an Atog deck, perhaps a full Atog deck, then I think you want the plateau, which he has. Yeah, and I don't understand the scrubland as well.
Okay,
that good, but okay.
Yeah, but of course there's an idea behind it. But yeah, I agree. Probably tested it out as well, thinking, okay, with plateau I have an extra red source. If I'm going to board in all 5 of my red sources, the balance changes.
The giant shark should be there for a reason, right?
Yeah, for the people that don't know, when do you get the giant shark? Because we see one really inked giant shark there.
It's Noobcon.
Yeah, so Noobcon is the...
He won Noobcon, so he's... says something about his playing qualities, let's be honest.
It's the world championship of old school Magic, right? We can say that. And Mikael has won it at least once because he's got a shark. So this is a really good player.
Would you board in the Hercules Recall?
I think I would.
Yeah, me too.
Also because you can use it both ways. That's what I like about Hercules Recall, and that's also what makes it really difficult. Because it's
blue mana. That's what makes it difficult for me.
But it's oh yeah, that's true.
No,
I didn't think of the
it's-
mana base when I said yes. But what I like about it, it's of course an instant. So at the end of Ron's step, for example, he can say send all the artifacts back, and then he can swing in against his ATOX and he has artifacts. I say that's a scenario. You know, and there are more scenarios like that where it's going to be very useful. But yeah, it's an extra blue source.
Mark is saying on the chat, I've never seen dual lands in the sideboard. No, neither have I. I've seen basics there. I've seen Maze of it, but I've seen a library, but dual lands, no, not that much. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. But yeah, I mean, knowing Mikael, he's thought it through. He knows what he's doing.
Blazer said, I believe it was a special invitational tournament for NoobCon he got it for, not for winning NoobCon. Mikael needs to confirm it. Well, we can ask him afterwards. It's a good question.
Ooh, interesting. These sharks, and now, hopefully, when the whole COVID situation clears up, or at least we can get back to kind of a normal Magic life. We have, of course, the Fish Liver Oil Cup. That's now going to be the new place for the World Championships.
Yep.
So that's going to be really nice as well in Genoa. And Ron is shuffling up. Mikael's shuffling up. I guess Ron's going to be on the play for this one.
Yeah, the question is, do you have to take a mulligan or not?
Best of 3 here. Mikael's up 1 game.
Yeah, he got a clean sweep. He had no damage last...
Yeah, but it was a bit
flawless victory.
I feel bad for Ron. I feel bad for Ron.
It was,
when it comes to his drawing, right?
He had such a quick.
Ooh, Mikael again taking a mulligan.
Okay. No, he had a quick Blood Moon, but it didn't do anything for him. That was.
Yeah, I really loved that play Blood Moon so that Mikael couldn't use his strip mine anymore. That was great, you know. And then after the Blood Moon, play a duel.
Yep, that was very tight play. Okay.
And that's something I didn't see yet. And it's funny about old school, right? People say, yeah, but it's a limited card pool and like how many things. And every time I do these tournaments, I see things I've never seen before. Every time.
Mick says on the chat, yeah, Arland won the Shark at Arvika tournament. That was one of the few tournaments where you could win a Shark. So it was not for NoobCon, it was for Arvika.
These Swedish people are making it difficult for us, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Your names are hard to spell, and now with these sharks, come on. It's all good. Giant Shark and Timmy is a very good combination, actually.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I've played that.
Yeah, of course, you have played Giant Shark.
Not on the channel.
It's the dark. It's your favorite set, isn't it?
I have too many favorite sets. Maybe we can make an episode together with that deck.
Sets.
No, with that deck where I do the Giant Shark Timmy, but then you have to promise me you also build something tier 4-ish.
Have you ever played the Mirror?
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. A mirror match of like Giant Shark Timmy.
And then a lot of clones and Versuchen doppelgangers.
And then whoever boards in his what's the Timmy on the stick again? That person wins.
Oh, the Rod of Ruin.
Rod of Ruin, yeah. Okay, Rod of Ruin.
So Mikael took his mulligan to 6. Ron.
Again! Black Lotus! Dude!
Yeah. Blood Moon. No.
Oh, recall! This is a nasty opener. And then is he now going to drop a land, play a Time Twister?
No, I think that's... drop a land, go for the Blood Moon. I think Blood Moon is...
Oh, yeah. 2 blue open now. 2 blue. Yeah, floating.
Thank you, Ron, for showing that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, online play is about good communication. Say what you're playing. Show if you're having mana floating.
And it's also about trust. And I think the old school community, we have a lot of trust amongst each other. That's so important. Or else you couldn't do these tournaments.
Using another blue. Soul Ring, okay. 1 blue floating. So 4 mana.
Old school is so broken. It's so broken. Of course, more mana.
Okay, still 1. Okay, but this format has mana burn actually. So.
Okay, that's relevant. That's relevant.
To see what. Okay, yeah, that's the.
Now we see the Blood Moon.
Yeah.
You called it. You called it. What an opener here for Ron.
Yeah, but I mean the Blood Moon, like I said, it shuts down Mikael from playing his copy artifacts, and those cards are huge if you're playing against someone with Triskelions, and if you're playing, what's it called?
This is nice, actually. This is nice. Relic Barrier. And
tapping the Vault for 1 damage. Nice.
Relic Barrier is really a nice card and still pretty budget friendly, I believe. It's 2 to cast from Legends, and you can tap it to tap down any artifact. So if you haven't got the playset yet, pick it up. It's very useful.
It is.
And remember, this is a mountain now because of the Blood Moon.
Yeah, but he has 4 mountains to untap his Vault. But the problem is, are you going to? Because you lose all your mana. So
yeah, he just played the workshop, of course. So it wasn't an option for now.
I was just thinking about untapping the. Oh, that's nice. So he can sack his Vault now. That's good.
Shatter. Oh, is he going to go for the mana source perhaps? No, interesting. No. He knows, of course, that Mikael is not playing any green cards anyway.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So if this would have been a white Mox or any other color.
Good start. Yeah, of course, Ancestral Recall is always a good start, but this is looking good for Ron.
Ooh, he's untapping it. He wants to kind of... He plays the control, right? He's not going to say, I'm going to sack it and deal 3.
No.
He's going to be patient.
Swing for 1.
Wow. Nice. But yeah, copy artifacts are killer. I remember playing a German player called Florian. I think you know him, Anne. And I was on 14 or something, feeling pretty confident. And he played robots. And all of a sudden there were drags, copies on copies on copies. And I was dead. And I'm like, what happened? And I had a pretty good hand. I was in my mind winning. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's also nice from Mikael, showing how many cards he has with the dice.
Yeah.
I like that. I see more and more players do that online, and I really like that.
It's a good habit. We see Flower Stone here from Mikael, by the way. Another very useful, nice budget card.
Yeah, true. It gives red mana in this matchup.
Yeah, that's true. This matchup, not so great, but still, it's something, and you can feed it to the ATOG, right?
Exactly, and it's mana.
He's tapping 5. Is he going to tap 6? Will we see a trike or something here? Ooh, Shivan Dragon! Whoa, Mother Dragon!
Oomph.
Oh, here I am! So we've got the ATOG who wants to eat the jewelry and the dragon who just wants to burn everybody. This is not looking good for Mikael.
Does he have an answer to... Well, he has a balance, but he can't play it.
I think if Mikael can find a land and an Icy, at least he can kind of keep himself alive a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, Icy, of course, yeah.
Right, because with Icy he can at least tap down the Shivan, but then he needs another land. Oh no, he's got the Felwar, so...
Oh, he's got 5. He's
got 5. So if he's got an Icy, at least that's something. It's not the way to win this game, but it's something. Okay, there it is. It's something. Of course, Ron boarded in the Shatters, but has no more mana open, so even if he has a Shatter in hand, he cannot respond straight away. He's got to wait until his own turn. So that ATOG's going to eat the Vault.
Yeah, which is fine by now. He's used a lot of mana. He has 5. Why not?
And then at least he can hit him for 3. He probably wants to put on the pressure. So there we see the tap before combat. Yeah. And the way this works is you say, I want to go into combat. Do you want to respond? Exactly. And then Mikael has to choose. And this can actually be relevant because in the olden days, I remember in the 90s when I played...
Lars is asking, did he untap his Vault with the workshop? Yes, he can because he has a Blood Moon. So Mana Vault only produces red mana, so he can use it. But I think he didn't.
He sacked it to the ATOG.
Exactly. But in the turn before that, he did, and he could because it's actually a Mishra's work mountain.
And now Anna, it's a Mishra's workshop on a mountain, so it should have been a mountain anyway. But here we see the tap dance, right? And Ron is.
Now we're going to the tap dance.
But Ron has the upper hand here because on the end step of Mikael, Ron can say, "With my Icy, I tap your Icy," and then there's nothing really that Mikael can do with his Icy anymore. And then Shivan Dragon untaps, and there's just a lot of pain waiting for Mikael. Yeah. He needs Max Pearl. That will open up some doors for Mikael.
Well, the Pearl can only give him the balance and the disenchants. Well, of course, disenchant can.
Or a Mox Sapphire for red elemental blast. I guess that would be even better. Yeah. Because
any on color Mox would be nice.
Okay, this is something.
Okay, that's an answer.
But now,
Ron cannot play a Shattered. He has only 1 mana open, so he's free to.
so what target are you going to choose? Because
Blood Moon.
Okay, yeah, because
Blood Moon, because then you have 2 blue mana open, so you can copy artifact another IC. Then you take some damage this turn, but after that you have the IC advantage.
Oh, and this is maybe nice to know as well how the orb, the Chaos Orb works, right? You say, I'm going to activate the orb. Do you want to respond? And then you have to respond.
Yep.
You don't know what target it is going to be. So Ron responds.
Ron targets the IC.
Yeah.
Nico untaps it just to flip his orb, but he's tapped the IC, which I think is...
That's a good decision, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, hit it. Please hit it this time, Mikael.
Oh, he needs to hit it.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to hit
otherwise
it.
Otherwise, we get a game 3, which is...
It's all good. It's all good, but... Is he gonna...
Lars is blaming Ron for playing Blood Moon and placing it half out of his picture.
That's good. That was always a good strategy against Chaos Orb. Can hide your card. No, it's not on the table now. It's in effect, but it's not here.
No, it's somewhere halfway on my library, which is...
Okay, he's gonna flip.
Okay, yeah. Blood Moon. Thank you, Ron, for showing it.
It's such a miss.
That's not even close.
Mikael, come on, man.
Okay.
Oh, and this is why Chaos Orb is such an interesting card, because you have these misflips and they happen all the time. Yeah.
2 out of 2 for Mikael now.
Oh man, that is
Yeah, and Ron can swing for how many?
Brutal.
1, 2, 3. That's 8.
And he can sack the artifacts, but he's only going to do it if it's lethal. So he can, if he sacks it, he can do 13 damage.
5, 13, and Mikael's on 15.
Yeah, so he's not going to do it unless he has, for example, a
bolt.
Bolt, yeah.
No. Okay.
7.
7, 8 damage.
If he sacks the artifacts and he has a bolt in hand, it's game. The question is he also making the same calculation? Because he is thinking of something, right? He's looking at his hand.
He's keeping the volcanic open. Now, if you're having a second Blood Moon, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Just jam it on the table, seal the deal.
So I guess he's just dealing 8 here, so that means Mikael's going to drop from 15 to 7.
Next turn is lethal. Okay, to Relic Barrier.
That is sweet.
Well, this is, yeah. Of course, he kept the Volcanic open for his IC. Now he's winning the tap dance, and next turn he can freely swing with both of his creatures.
Oh, look at that. Now he finds the Mox Sapphire, so who knows? Maybe Mikael has something up his sleeve still. Ancestral Recall for 1 blue? Yeah, Ancestral Recall.
Oh, red.
Oh!
Yeah,
and that's it. That's game. Oh man, that red blast. That was killer.
Okay, we're gonna have a game 3.
Oh, nice. I like it. Always a fan of game 3. So is Mikael a slight favorite for game 3 because he's on the play?
I think this is lopsided enough that if you're on the play, you're more inclined to win. So I would say yes, but of course, variance is also a part of Magic. So, but if you have a good hand and if you're on the play in this kind of matchups, I think it's an advantage.
And don't forget that Mikael had to take a mulligan on both of his 2 games.
True. Yes.
So maybe if he finally finds a decent hand.
In the because we normally play Swedish in the Netherlands, but when I was in the Winter Derby, I was surprised at how many times I had to mulligan because of the 4 strip mine. You cannot risk a hand with 1 or 2 land or a land, and if you have, for example, a Plains and a Mishra's Factory, that's you can't keep it.
Yeah, it's not
Depending
enough.
on your deck, of course.
Yeah.
So I had to mulligan a lot more than I'm used to.
And both of these players are playing 4 strip, I assume?
Yeah, 4 strip. I think Mika is playing for
we can have
Factory
a
as
look.
well.
four strip, four factory, and
Ron has only one factory because he plays the Blood Moons.
Oh yeah, true.
But Ron is really low on lands. I was surprised by that. He only plays 19, which is quite low. I mean, if you look at strip mines as spells, he only plays 15. So that's not a lot of lands.
He does play, of course, with all the Moxen, right?
Yes, of course. Now, in total, he has 27 mana sources, but you can
and manifolds. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, but 10 of them are situational or one shot. Strip mine is situational. Factory is situational. The Lotus is a one shot. The Vault is situational.
If you're in a 4-strip format, in your view, are you then forced to play with 4-strip yourself as well? Mm-hmm. Or can you say, I'm gonna, for example, of course there are land tax strategies, but maybe beside the land tax strategy?
Oh, I've seen plenty of decks play only 1 or 3, or it's not a problem.
Yeah, because I was thinking myself, if everybody plays with 4 strips, maybe it can also be a strength not to play with 4 strips yourself.
Well, I think that was the idea behind Ron's deck, to play the Blood Moon. Because everybody's playing strips and everybody is having a greedy mana base. Because you want 4 strip mines, you want 4 factory, you want a Library of Alexandria, which is 9 colorless lands. So the rest is going to be greedy. A lot of City of Bottles in this format. So, City of Brass.
Yeah,
so
true. Always.
City in the Bottle main. Is what Ron's playing. Then the Blood Moons. Which negates all, and that's the reason why I think he can get away with only 19 lands, because of his Blood Moon.
Interesting. Yeah, so he's I always think against certain decks, Blood Moon is just monocolor decks. It's not as good, but yeah, as you say, then they still play with 4 strips and 4. I mean,
Blazer, Blazer says on the chat, and he's completely right. Fun fact, 2 games, no land have been stripped yet.
Yeah, true. But that's because of the Blood Moon.
It's so.
But you're making a very good point, Anna, saying, okay, you need to go 4 strips, 4 factories. So even against, you don't need to, but many people will. So even against the mono deck, where you would think Blood Moon is not as strong, it's still going to be useful.
If you're playing against something like a mono blue fish, all of a sudden 9 of their lands. I think they are red.
Yeah, and when you play mono, you usually play aggro, and when you play aggro, strip mine is great. So you play strip, also play a factory because it's also great.
Against mono green, if you have Pendle Havens, good luck with that one.
Yeah, I was also thinking maybe something like but it's really specific on a 4-strip format, just mono green, and then with Ankh of Mishra, for example, in it, and playing in the Mana Dorks.
I like that. I haven't seen it, but I think Ankh of Mishra is a good card in mono green, even in Swedish. So I think in this format that would, nice option.
Right.
I like it.
Oh, maybe.
No, it's I'm seeing on the chat. No, it's not best of 5. It's the semifinals and the finals are best of 5. This is the quarterfinals, and that's the best of 3.
Yeah.
So, is Michael going to mulligan again?
That is the question.
No, that isn't the question. But that's one of the questions, yes. Nope, I think he's keeping.
By the way, for people that don't know, Ron is taking. Ron also organizes the Troll Cup in Leeuwarden in the Netherlands, and that's why he's got that Afton Troll in his IC manipulator, that drawing. It's done by is it done by Fraser or not? I don't know.
Sorry?
Is it done by the artist himself?
Yeah, because Ron, in Leeuwarden, the city where he organized it, they have a church which is half built, the tower, and it's standing in an angle, so it's about to fall down, and it's the pride of the city. Imagine that. But he actually, I think it's Schuler who made the art, and Ron actually has a special drawing made for his tournament with the
Oh yes,
organizer.
I know this. Yeah. True. Wow,
Church,
amazing.
and then the troll standing next to it with a beer in hand. So
Amazing.
it's Ron's trademark. If you ever see Ron somewhere, just shout "oi oi oi" very hard, and you will know you're a Magic player. Yeah, exactly, BlazerTube. Oi oi oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
In this tournament, it was fun. He had
it was a great tournament. It was a great
bingo
tournament.
card made, and every time anyone had one of the, it was something like if you play a Loa and got it strip mined on the first turn, have first turn Loa, first turn strip mine and answer, then you got a bingo. You got to say oi oi oi. And if you had,
Is he? Sorry, by the way, is he taking a double mulligan here?
Yes.
In the deciding game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's at least he's on the draw, right? That's something.
He's on the draw, and I think he's going for the Blood Moon.
I think I actually have his bingo card here somewhere still.
Yeah, I have it somewhere too. And he has if you put a counter on the Sengir.
If you attack with a Mountain Yeti.
No, if you attack with a Landwalk creature.
Oh, that's with a Landwalk creature. If you tap a Sarah Angel. Tap the angel. Okay, sure.
If you have a Sarah Angel tapped in play, if you have all the 5 Moxen in play, there were funny things. If you split up a Fireball.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He also has
he's done that himself.
He also has a dice with just 1 on it. One of the bingo.
If you win a game
on 1 life. And then, and then he has number 9. He's got pictures of 9 cards. So you have to play all those 9 cards? Or one of those 9 cards? Or is that about dealing damage to yourself, probably? Because all these cards can deal damage to yourself. I see Manifold, City of Brass.
If you lose the game due to a card dealing damage to yourself.
Sweet.
If you lose
Very
the game,
cool.
If you play a Psyblast and then the other player bolts you in response, and then you would lose to the damage of your own Psyblast, or if you would lose to your own Juice.
That is so cool.
Yeah, or Control Magic if you lose to that. Yeah.
We have, by the way, if you're curious about this tournament, there's a playlist on the channel that I'm sure you can find if you go on the channel to playlists. Afton Troll Cup.
Afton Troll Cup, and if you have the
that was a great tournament.
If you have the sound on loud enough, then you might hear oi 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 in the background.
So he's now got to take.
Ron went all out on that tournament. No, he's not. No, you're not going below 5.
No.
But he went all out on that weekend. There was a pre-modern tournament. There was an EC
sealed tournament.
Sealed
with revised in the dark. Yeah, I still have the dark booster from that event.
He bought Urza's Legacy and Mirage booster boxes.
Oh, but look at this opening. Yeah.
Well, the Vice isn't that scary if you're mulligan.
That's true.
5.
Oh, look at this opener.
Wow.
Oh.
Boom.
Mikael putting pressure on the board.
Yeah, exactly. He's not joking.
Wow.
Around. He is not joking around.
Oh, now let's. And remember, Ron now has 6 in hand. So he took a damage from the Vice, then
exactly,
started with 5 and took a card, so he's on 6.
Okay, Mox.
Shatter.
Yeah, Shatter on the Suchi.
Perfect, and that means 4 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he played 3. So he has 3 in hand. He's safe. Okay.
Wow.
Well, that's always the risk. I think Suchi is much more balanced in this format if you're playing.
Yeah, although and I understand when you don't play the format, you quickly make conclusions because it's not true that Suchi is overpowered. Yes, it's much better without mana burn, but I know from experience it's not overpowered.
And it's not underpowered here as well, because a lot of times you do have a power sink, a mana sink.
A mana sink, yeah.
In the form of a factory.
I mean, what you see Mikael doing here, yes, he had a great opener, and he knew this, of course. He took a risk. He's like, because he's sacking his Lotus, so he's losing a card, and he's playing the Suchi for it, and it's kind of the same when you Dark Ritual for a hippie.
Okay, strip. Okay,
Ooh.
We have 3 strips, and Mikael has a Relic Barrier to tap down, which is great if you have a Vice in play, if you're denying your opponent of mana.
Relic Barrier. There's almost always a target for Relic Barrier.
Yep. Okay.
I would consider actually playing Relic Barrier when you're playing Mono Black, for example.
Yeah, sure. Tap. Yep. Okay. So Ron is back to 5 in hand. Okay, 4. Sure.
He needs to do so. Okay,
ATOG,
ATOG.
okay.
That's not bad.
Nope.
That's not bad.
And he has a strip. So if Mikael plays a land...
Ooh, and he's just passing turn. Eh? Mikael cannot find lands.
No.
And actually, you're right. If he finds a land, of course, Ron can strip it, and Mikael can at least step it. Yeah.
Oh, factory. The one-off, but it's relevant here.
It's going to be very relevant, yeah. Because now Mikael has to choose, right?
It's not going to be relevant, Thomas, because Mikael has to choose. Are you tapping down the
exactly, and at least that's going to give Ron some more mana. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, but he's going to keep open the relic barrier.
Yeah, but then at least he's got the jet still, right? So it's not.
Technically, yes, but on the other hand, he needs the jet to tap for his.
Ooh, okay, Icy Manipulator.
Okay, I see. Yeah, now workshop is relevant.
Ooh.
All lands stripped in game 3. Yes, Mark.
Another shatter.
Shatter.
Those shatters are really helping Ron here.
Yeah. He's only playing 1 in the main deck, but 3 in the side.
Is he gonna strip? I would strip it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you strip it.
Yeah, because he was doubting, and
normally I would say leave it for the
colored,
yeah. But
and interesting, you see Mikael now choosing to tap the jet, which in a way makes sense because Ron doesn't have 4 mana anymore because of the strip, but it does mean he takes 2 extra.
Yeah, that's 12.
Oof. Yeah, Mikael needs to find land. You see him now no longer tapping.
Both players had 2 strip mines. Wow.
Workshop.
Shop, okay. Yeah, but... Okay, yeah, of course he has strikes, which is relevant. Another 5? No, he tapped the...
Yeah, he tapped the factory, so he's just gonna attack for 1.
Mm-hmm. But still,
5 in hand.
Anytime sack the factory to ATOG again. It's also 2 extra damage coming in. So Ron can attack for 5, which is something that Mikael has to take in account.
Another workshop, okay.
Okay. But nothing... Well, this is what I said with a lot of his lands being situational.
Yeah,
his
exactly.
Workshops with all the red cards don't do anything.
No, and you cannot use them also to activate artifacts, only to cast artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's insanely good, but there are exactly situations where it's just going to be there on your battlefield. Yeah, tapping the factory again, I assume. Yes. Taking 1.
Attacking for 1.
It's going to go to 10. Boom, boom. Hey, trike. No,
I see. Taking 2.
Taking 2.
No, he can activate. Oh, no, he can't activate. No, sorry.
I actually like this as well. The fact that Mishra's Workshop is a little bit less good in a mana burn format. Right? Yes.
Well, a little less good. I mean, we're still talking about...
Yeah, it's insanely good. It's insanely good, but at least he has to take a point of mana burn or whatever. Yeah, so now you see him doing the tap dance, right?
Tap dance, yep.
He's winning the tap dance again.
Introducing the tap dance, yeah.
Attacking here for 3 things are not looking good for Mikael. I think next turn already he could go for lethal, right? Yeah, he could when he sacks the jet in the icy. Because he's going to go to 7. So next turn, if nothing changes, Ron's going to have the game. He's going to move on to the semifinals of the Summer Derby. Yeah.
Mikael needs a balance, I think.
He's just mana screwed, right?
Oh, yeah. No, but I think if he has a Tundra and a balance, then that's one of his... Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Balance.
Who knows?
Balance.
It would be very spectacular.
It would be.
And we like spectacular. Okay, do it.
Red Blast on the ATOG, yeah, that works.
Yeah, Blue Blast, yeah.
Blue Blast, sorry, yeah.
That it buys him some time. It buys him some time.
Yeah, on the other hand, Ron has an IC Manipulator and Mikael has a City of Brass.
Yeah,
that's a nice combination.
True. Did Mikael take the damage from the city?
Yes, he did.
He did. Okay, good. He's on
No,
6.
there's no vice damage because Ron only has 2 cards in hand, Lars.
Yeah, that vice has not been doing much.
No.
Attack for 2, so it's going to put Mikael on 4.
Then if he untaps and doesn't do anything, Ron can take him to 3, which is in bolt range.
It looks like he's going to do something. He's going to cast an artifact. Perhaps a relic? Is taking a damage, but that relic barrier is very useful as well.
Ron doesn't mind taking a damage right now.
He can now tap in his upkeep, right? Mox Jet, City of Brass.
Yes.
And that's what you're going to do. Although...
Are you? Well...
You can no longer attack then next turn with the...
I would just... no, because Mikael has nothing on black mana, so just tap the relic barrier and the... okay. No, he does.
I think...
Mana. Okay.
Oh, in response, this is great play from Mikael. Yeah. And also now Mikael has that relic barrier untapped to tap the Mishra's Factory next turn, because that's of course the downside. On the other hand, Ron can tap the relic barrier before he animates, of course. That's the thing. So he can now tap it.
Yeah, yep, that's true. But,
and he can still attack.
Yeah, here we go. Tap the...
I would first draw. Why would you do that now? Yeah, right? You can... Okay. Right, you can first draw, and not that it's going to matter, but who knows? You never know.
Well, Mikael is in bolt range, in trike range. There's so many life cards. Just draw first.
Yeah, he needs a miracle. Well, first off, he needs to survive this and then draw. I don't know. So that one Mishra's Factory. So he's going to attack and then fireball. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we're now going to...
Yeah, there you see the copies, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to unmute the players.
And the blue blast in the...
So we're going to listen to the players here.
Never got to keep a mana. Because my plan was just to play on OrbTog and then blue blast your OrbTog and then just...
Yeah. But, well, yeah, which seems to be what looked like a very bad hand turned out to be, well, not that bad. With
I mean, you mulliganed to 5 and had a shatter on my turn 1 sushi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You could have had like basically anything else.
Yeah.
And I would have run you over with the sushi.
Yeah. Shall we unmute the others?
Yes, unmute us. Do it, Ron.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it, Ron. Do it.
I want to talk to you. Congratulations, Ron.
Yeah, thank you. I must say this was a very, very weird game. How it went from the start in game 1, very weird draws with I think like 9 or 10 mana sources. But well, the flips of the orbs that missed. Really weird game. But
I mean, the thing with the orb flips, as I said to Ron in the match, I missed more orb flips in this match than I missed in my whole old school career.
In this tournament, you mean, right, Mikael?
No.
Oh.
I have missed one flip before this tournament in my life.
Wow.
And now you missed 2. Ouch.
I mean, obviously, I think the orb flips didn't matter, and I think it actually was better that I missed the orb flip game 1 on his Blood Moon. I think it would have been worse if he...
Yes, it would have been, because I got a very good hand with all blue and black.
I think on the game 2 orb flip missing, that was decisive, I think.
I don't know, because maybe it was, probably it was. I was stumbling that. I mean, I kept a mulligan to an ancestral hand game 2, and he played turn 1 Blood Moon in that game as well. Then it's like Black Wise Blood Moon turn games 1 and 2. I mean, it's okay. Obviously, it's okay if you keep a hand based on an ancestral.
Of course.
Otherwise, it's like if I keep a hand that's artifact heavy, it's bad. So yeah, it's a gamble in this matchup to play the Blood Moons.
Did you board in Hercules Recall, Mikael? Because we were talking a little bit about that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm boarded in. I boarded a bit different on the play and on the draw with the Black Vices, but I boarded in Blue Blast, Disenchant, and Hercules, and the 2 lands, colored mana lands.
Yeah, exactly. The white lands for the Disenchants.
Yep. And a red, and a white, and a scrub land extra for the black spells, whatever. So that was basically my plan. I shaved a Time Twister and a Copy Artifact, and obviously had to take out some colorless lands.
I think the Blood Moon shuts you down from playing the Copy Artifacts, and those are quite huge in this matchup, I think.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, they are. Yeah. I've tested playing against you without Blood Moons, and well, then you were up far. Yeah, you were favored if I don't play Blood Moons, and I've tested with extra Blood Moons, and if I can land one, I shut down more blue and other color sources than I have in my deck. So usually that's just a card advantage for me.
And you practice with shatters, Ron, playing shatters from your sideboard in game 3.
I put in all my shatters, and heavily.
You know it's not Alpha 40, right? You cannot board in 8 shatters. You know that, right? Or
I had very, very bad hands in game 3. The first hand I had all 6 spells with only 2 mana sources. The second hand I had 6 lands and 1 Mind Twist.
That is the Ron hand. Yeah.
But I couldn't play it quick, and I was afraid of the black fives. So,
for me, you could have had a turn 1 Trike, and I would just relic barrier it and beat you to death with a sushi.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you didn't have the shatter in that hand, I'm winning that game because
definitely.
I think so. Yeah. Of course, I have my own relic barriers, etc. But then I would have been behind. Yeah.
I had Sushi Blackwise, Strip Mine, Mox, Relic Barrier, Blue Blast, and ATOG.
You're taking that game if he doesn't have the shatter.
Yeah, and even if he does have the shatter, and I get to keep a volcanic, and I can play my ATOG and kill his ATOG. So I had back, but I never got to play my ATOG because I didn't.
It was weird that in the first 2 games, no land was shattered. Strip
mines, yeah.
And then there were 4 strip mines over and over in the 3rd game. It was a mana denial game.
Yeah.
And
the tap dance, right? What you said, Anna, the tap dance with relic barrier and ICs that you both have.
Yeah. 7 ICs, 6 relic barriers, 4 copies. A friend of ours said in the chat, it's going to be a tap dance.
That's for sure. And it's like if I had a bit more life, and obviously Fireball is really good in this matchup, but for the late game. But if I had a couple of more lives with my hand, where I had the removal and the ATOG and the Copy Artifacts in my hand, I could have stabilized that game pretty good. My hand was excellent when I got to disenchant the IC.
Yeah, definitely. With the 2 Copy Artifacts, you could have stabilized.
You were just very unlucky to not draw a blue source.
That's usually how it goes when you lose, right? You miss a few moments,
I've lost 2 matches in this tournament, and both were to shop decks in quotations. Pretty different. I lost to the Danish guy, the Danish guy who played 64 cards, and he played 64 cards and 9 10 blue sources for counter spells. And it's and he managed to go 7-1 with that deck.
That's the deck from Jacob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you count the cards, it's 64 cards.
Is it? I haven't.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he just thought I'm gonna put those strip mines in there. 4 strip mine, whatever. I don't want to make any concessions.
I think he added 3 strip mines and 1 other card, and he didn't add any more colored sources to compensate for the strip mine.
Oh,
and
wow.
he's low on colored sources, on blue sources anyway. It's like double blue with 10 sources in 4 strip mine. It's
uphill battle.
Sounds like it.
I think the counterspells are so bad. The actual counterspell card is so bad in this format because like you sit with 2 mana up, and your opponent goes down, pick 1 land, go to second main, and then play your threat. And it's like, yeah, you can have your counterspell, sit with it in your hand.
Well, that and because of the Hymn to Torak and the strip mines, all mana curves are so low that even before you even have a counterspell online, they have 2 or 3 threats on the table.
Yeah, it's very aggro format.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's the reason why I'm not playing any 6 drops in my deck, or not any brain geysers or whatever. It's like I just play 4 drops and all the restricted cards.
I was wondering, Michael, did you ever run into having trouble getting rid of all the creatures, or do you just keep tapping them? Yeah, I saw you have a tap deck, even more than I do. But I wondered, I didn't dare to play a version with copy artifacts and even more tappers. I just wanted some removal, for a mono green matchup or something like that.
Well, as I have said before, I got that question from Jacob as well about my deck. It's like, yeah, if I meet Dave Furt Bard, I'm gonna lose. It's like, and it's one person in 189 people that I'm gonna lose to. I mean, I can't try to build, because I'm considering there might be some other mono green players, but they are not going to be as strong at playing as Dave is. So I'm counting on them making small mistakes. And I think he won against 3 or 4 shops decks. So I'm not gonna win against the mono green, and that's a concession to that deck. I want to prey on the control-ish decks, and it's like just tap them down and strip them, and then just kill them with a Blackwise or a Factory, basically.
Yeah.
But it's important what you say as well. Then you have to also, and you're going to lose against that green deck, but also the player that's going to be in control of the green deck has to have a certain level of the game, right?
Yep.
Has to have a Dave Furt Bard level to win, so that's still pretty high up there. I'm going to actually end the stream now, but feel free to stay in the whereby and talk about the game. I'm just going to end the stream. So I want to thank everybody who's been with us. I think we had like 50 plus live viewers, and thank you, Mikael. I think it was the first time on the channel.
Yep.
Thank you, man.
It was great being on the stream and losing. It's like I usually get featured in the elimination matches when I lose. It's like so fun. It's like Gordon never features me in the Swiss. He always features me in the knockout rounds where the odds of losing are like higher. So yeah. Well,
I can feature you once in the Swedish rounds if you join the tournament with us, man. No problem.
Swiss rounds, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
It's always great with people streaming. So thanks, Timmy, for streaming this match.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you for playing. Thank you, Anna, for being co-commentator for the first time, man. I liked it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and Ron, man, congratulations. And I'm going to end the stream here. Like I said, feel free to stay in the whereby. I'm just going to end the stream.
Yes. Thank you for streaming, guys.
Yep.